I'm back. Hi guys. I haven't done a podcast or anything in literally a month. Ugh. Literally like a month and a half, which is fine because I have been going through it. This past month, I think June was like the worst month in my entire life. Probably not my entire life, but it's pretty close. Um, I was going through some shit, so I decided to take a break. Um, with literally everything. Besides working and just like kind of being a human, but I feel a lot more like grounded now since it's like the almost the end of July. Literally crazy. Like we have school again in like about a month, so I'm like, come on. I was so ready to just like I've been really relaxing this month of July, and it's been so blessed because again, June was like terrible and July like literally went like that. And I'm like, huh, what's going on? There's a lot that's been like changing, a lot of like transformation happening, energies being sent out and spread and given and taken, whatever. So, hi guys. Um, I wanted to, if you see me like looking back on my behind you, I had to have everything written out so I could actually stay on track. And I did this last time I made a podcast, and it helped a lot better for me to kind of just like feel a little bit, more grounded and go down the line of everything so I don't get like lost of what I'm talking about. Because I actually recorded a podcast already, but actually, I recorded a few and they did not I was just going on a tangent. Like my mind was like way back here. But um all my friends just graduated. Like literally like all of my closest friends just graduated, and they have their own post grad loneliness. I still have like a year. So it's like I'm the last one left. Because it's like what do you do when all your friends like graduate before you? Um I don't really take it as like a bad thing. Like I'm not like not I'm whoops. I'm not like beating myself up because of it. Um and I think everyone has their own timeline. So it's not really anything that I'm like upset about, and considering like all the changes that I made when I was going to school, the fact that I'm graduating next year is honestly like a blessing. So again, everyone has their own timeline, so they can take with what they make do. I decided to do what I actually wanted to do, and so far I'm pretty on track. Um, Watching my friends graduate was so beautiful, and I honestly don't know what the feeling would have felt like if I graduated with them. Because I am not ready to graduate yet. I do not think I'm mentally there, one, and two, because of like how school went for me. It wasn't just like one streamline and one major decision and one like, one whole experience that I had. I've had multiple different kinds of experiences being in college. So, I mean, it's kind of more like up in the air for me, uh, through a lot of things like picking my major and resentment towards myself, feeling more relief, like being somewhere that I actually enjoy being with my friends more often, like understanding your different surroundings, things like that. When they walked the stage, it was very, like I said, bittersweet. But I really enjoyed being able to have that moment and being in the crowd and cheering for them instead of all of us graduating together and it being like that being like the main focus. Like, oh, like me and all my me and all my best friends, we just graduated together, like that I've known since like high school. Like one of them I've known since I was like 3, 4. And it's like, I don't know. I don't really feel like the post grad loneliness coming from a different perspective because all my friends are still here. I think like if I like moved or wasn't from where I am, then I probably wouldn't be feeling this way. Um and me not being able to walk the stage yet with them, like I would have thought that I would have been like super like damn, like I wish that I would have like graduated with them. But I don't feel that way. Like, I am so grateful for the process that I had to go through to realize what I really wanted and what I needed out of my career. And I think everything just happened for a reason, Like it's not like I wasn't like dreadful over the fact that my friends just all like graduated. Like I and cuz I mean, the people that I'm surrounded with are very driven people, so like I have watched how their plans have progressed, like before they even but before when they were making a plan, and it's kind of like rewarding seeing like how much they still work towards their goals, but like you as like the friend that's still like kind of more behind, um there's still that underlining support, like regardless. It's not like just because they graduated they're not going to ever talk to me ever again, or like we're never going to be as close as we are now. Like there's a lot of things that have changed in my personal life, and I would consider like we're still very close or have that again like underlining love and support regardless of where we are, which I guess is more of like the person to person thing rather than like the event happening. But um I guess I like I said, there were some feelings of like resentment, but there was also feelings of like relief, because it's like now I can see like my friends how they processed graduating, and like being a part of that still, regardless if I'm not actually graduating. And then next year when I do, knowing that they're all still going to be there. And like, there was no like confusion. Like, I just think a lot of people, when they take steps backwards, or like they have to, or they change their major, or um, if they change their major, or they like take a gap year off of school, or like they go from a smaller school to a bigger school, or they go from a bigger school to a smaller school, it's just kind of like you're taking a step back, but not at all. If anything, you making those decisions and not letting yourself wallow in something, in your own uncomfortability, like is a really big, powerful thing. So, um, I think like I'm just trying to like, reframe the narrative. Um, there's like that big theme of when you're in college, you're finding meaning and like value and like who you are as a person, and like who you want to be, because like you're obviously going to school to become this person that you've always aspired to be, or at least are trying to. um I think what I've learned from my timeline, since it's gone a little different um than my friends, and mine's is not has never been consistent, is very like up in the air a lot. It was never not like constantly flowing and constantly going, but like it was just a lot of my own like personal growth that was happening during the process. And I mean, there's always still perks of being a student. You have more flexibility. You're, still the bittersweetness of being in school, and like, you know, it's it's that routine of waking up and like going to class. I have a lot of time to figure things out. And I mean, since I'm on my senior year, but I'm older, it's kind of like I already have premeditated what I really want, and like um the process that comes with that I've accepted. It might take me a little bit longer to like really be set in like the job that I'm in, and really like go out and actually like chase my dreams. But I mean, I think the reason why mine timeline seems slower is because it gives me more room to figure out like the big picture that I'm supposed to be seeing. Um, and like I said, everyone's timeline is different. Um, just because you feel like you're the last one doesn't mean that you're late. Um, I think there's just like that time construct when you're in college. You have to finish it in those 4 years, and you're meant to take all these classes, like 5 classes and 5 classes and 5 classes and 5 classes, and then just like have this like ongoing routine. And that works for some people, but it doesn't work for all. And like social media can really like kind of distort that, and kind of put out front where we think we're like supposed to be, but there is no like where we're supposed to be. It's like, how did we get here? Like, what decisions did we make that we were like, we wanted to end here? There is no where you're supposed to be. It's just where you ended up from your own doing. So that's my thoughts post grad, but not post grad because I didn't graduate. Um, so it's nice to again have that time to really think, and like being in being in a different like time frame than your friends, you can kind of get a little bit more comfortable with the fact that like um your friends graduated and they are have a different pinpoint in their life, and they're in a different time in their life. um and it kind of helps you ease your way into it. Same thing with them, because they're looking at you and they're like, oh, she still has like school left, like I wonder like how that relationship will be. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be a negative thing. It's just the way you look at it. So those are my thoughts. um I love post grad. Just kidding, because I'm not post grad. But that was my small little snippet. I hope you enjoyed. I am hoping that I have something that is a little bit better than this, but I'm low key kind of fucking with this setup right now, because and hopefully I'm going to start posting on TikTok so people can really like click and like listen to what I have to say. So, thank you and bye bye.